Welcome, chosen one. Heavy lies the crown, but let's be honest, it fits perfectly when you're born to wear it. The world isn't just watching you rise, they're analyzing, obsessing, and yes, losing sleep over the effortless way you flipped the narrative. Your rise isn't by chance, and it certainly isn't luck. It's a divine orchestration, a calculated storm of dominance, determination, and faith that's left everyone scrambling to understand how you've done it. Here's what you need to know. Most of them aren't clapping. Instead, they're triggered. Why? Because nothing unsettles the status quo more than realizing the boss in the room isn't them, it's you. Psychologists suggest that people are most triggered by traits they secretly admire or wish they possessed. Their irritation is envy in disguise. Deep down, they're in awe, but it's easier for them to disguise that admiration with negativity. They're shook because you don't just demand attention, you own the atmosphere. But let's not pretend your journey here was simple. You didn't just step onto this throne, you fought for it. You bulldozed through obstacles, broke cycles, and unapologetically claimed what was already yours. Like David standing before Goliath, your rise to dominance was a bold act of faith, courage, and divine favor. 1 Samuel 17. Now, as they watch from the sidelines, plotting and doubting, you remain unshaken, sipping from your chalice of victory. So, how do you navigate this beautifully chaotic dynamic of power and envy? How do you stay focused when others are pressed by your presence? Today, we're diving deep into the psychology, the drama, and the unstoppable dominance that comes with being chosen. Before we begin, a heartfelt thank you to those who've supported this channel through Super Thanks. Your generosity fuels this mission. And for those who are ready to declare their calling, comment 777 below as a sign that you're stepping boldly into your destiny. Now, sit tight, chosen ones. You're about to understand why your rise has them triggered and how to wield your divine authority unapologetically. Let's get started. God's chosen ones, they know you're the boss now, and your dominance has got them triggered. Number 1, your aura commands authority. You may not realize it, but your very presence speaks volumes. Before you even utter a word, the energy you carry announces your arrival. It's not about being the loudest voice in the room or showing off what you have. It's the silent dominance that flows effortlessly from within. When you walk into a space, people feel the shift. They might pretend not to notice, but their actions betray them. Their glances linger, their conversations falter, and their focus instinctively gravitates toward you. This is not something you force. It's the natural consequence of who you are. You've been set apart, marked by a divine authority that emanates from the depth of your being. Have you noticed how people seem to respond to you differently, even without you trying? Do you ever wonder why their energy shifts the moment you walk into a room? These reactions aren't coincidental. They're signs that you carry something extraordinary, something they cannot ignore. Doesn't this remind you of David in the Bible? A simple shepherd boy, overlooked by many, yet chosen by God to lead a nation. When Samuel anointed him in 1 Samuel 16:13, the Spirit of the Lord came upon him mightily. From that moment, David carried an unspoken authority, even when others didn't understand it. Like David, you don't beg for recognition or scramble for validation. It surrounds you as naturally as the air you breathe. Why does your presence trigger others? It's not because of what you have, it's because of what they lack. You carry an aura that reflects their shortcomings back to them like a mirror. For those who haven't yet confronted their own insecurities, this can be unbearable. While they desperately seek attention, approval, or a moment in the spotlight, you stand firm, radiating confidence without uttering a single word. Your silence speaks louder than their noise, and that drives them mad. Think about Jesus Christ when he stood before Pilate in John 19:10-11. Pilate questioned him, expecting fear or desperation. Instead, Jesus replied with calm certainty, "You would have no authority over me if it were not given to you from above." That kind of confidence is unshakable. It cannot be faked or forced. It reveals the truth, even in silence. Like Christ, your certainty rattles those around you because they cannot control or diminish it. The truth is, your confidence isn't arrogance, it's assurance. It's built on the trials you've overcome, the battles you've fought, and the strength you've gained through every storm. Each scar you bear tells a story of resilience and growth, and that's what gives your aura its undeniable power. It's not something that can be handed to you or imitated by others. It's a divine gift, earned through endurance. As James 1:12 says, "Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life." Your authority is the crown you now wear, and it's clear to everyone around you. Here's what really gets to them. You don't need to justify yourself. While others over-explain, overshare, or try to prove their worth, you remain composed. Your silence unsettles them because it shows you don't owe them anything. They can't decode you, and this mystery makes you even more powerful. They're left questioning how someone can be so certain, so unshakable, without seeking their approval. Have you fully embraced the weight of this authority, or do you sometimes find yourself downplaying your power to make others comfortable? Remember, you were never meant to fit into their mold. You were chosen to break it. Your dominance doesn't need loud declarations or desperate actions. It's quiet, yet undeniable. This is the kind of power that makes waves without needing to splash. Whether they admit it or not, they see it. Whether they like it or not, they feel it. And here's the most remarkable part. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Your authority stands firm, anchored in who you are and the God who has called you. So, the next time you walk into a room and sense the tension, remind yourself, it's not about you, it's about the light within you. And that light will continue to shine, whether they choose to embrace it or be triggered by it. Your role is not to dim your glow for their comfort, but to keep walking in the authority God has given you. Are you ready to embrace that fully? Because the world is watching, and your example is a reflection of His power. Number 2, respect isn't asked, it's taken. You don't need to ask for respect. It's something you naturally command. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak with calm assurance, and even the way you hold your silence all demand attention. It's not arrogance. It's a quiet confidence that makes people sit up and take notice. You don't have to beg anyone to see your worth or fight for their acknowledgement. Your actions, your presence, and your unwavering sense of self are all the proof you need. That's why respect gravitates toward you effortlessly. It's not something you chase, it's something you embody. Have you noticed how your mere presence changes the atmosphere? The way people suddenly become aware of you, even if they try to act indifferent. That's not coincidence. It's the undeniable energy of someone who knows their value. This isn't about being liked or seeking approval. It's about being undeniable. You don't shrink to fit into spaces others try to confine you to. Instead, you take up space unapologetically, not to overshadow anyone, but because you recognize the worth God has instilled in you. Think of the story of Moses in the Bible. When God called him to lead the Israelites, Moses initially doubted his ability to command respect. But in Exodus 4:12, God reassured him, saying, Now go, I will help you speak, and will teach you what to say." And from that point forward, Moses walked with a presence and authority that no one could ignore. Like Moses, your confidence isn't self-manufactured. It's rooted in a deeper calling, a divine assurance that you are enough. You don't need to force anyone to see your worth. You've outgrown the need for external validation or permission. People respect you not because you demand it with aggression, but because your presence alone makes a statement. You walk into situations with clarity and decisiveness, sending a clear message. You know who you are, and you don't need anyone to validate it. Why does this trigger people? It's because your authority shines a light on their insecurities. They're used to people bending to their opinions, seeking their approval, or playing small. But you've already decided you're enough, and that decision alone makes you powerful. This kind of self-assurance is unsettling to those who lack it. They don't understand how someone can be so grounded, so certain, without needing to chase recognition. Have you ever considered how much of this strength comes from what you've overcome? The trials you've faced, the doubts you've silenced, and the resilience you've built have made you into someone unshakable. As Proverbs 29:25 says, "Fear of man will prove to be a snare, but whoever trusts in the Lord is kept safe." Your trust in God has freed you from the fear of others' opinions, and that freedom radiates through everything you do. This isn't about convincing anyone to see things your way. You don't need to explain yourself to those who can't understand your journey. Respect flows to you not because you demand it, but because you carry yourself in a way that leaves people no choice but to notice. It's the way you hold your head high, the calm confidence in your voice, and the firm conviction in your decisions. The truth is, people don't just notice you, they react to you. Your presence makes them question their own beliefs about worth and validation. They can't box you in or manipulate you, and that makes them uncomfortable. But that's not your problem, it's theirs. Your role isn't to make them feel at ease. It's to stand firm in who you are. So the next time someone is unnerved by your confidence or triggered by your presence, remember, their reaction has nothing to do with you and everything to do with them. Respect isn't about pleasing others. It's about living in alignment with the authority God has given you. And when you walk in that authority, you don't just gain respect, you transform every space you enter. Number 3, you're not in competition, you're the benchmark. You don't compete because you don't have to. You are the standard. Others measure themselves against you, not the other way around, and that's what triggers them most. While they scramble to outshine one another, you've already redefined the conversation. You're not part of their games, their comparisons, or their rivalries. You've elevated yourself beyond their level, and they know it. Have you noticed how people seem to focus on your every move, analyzing you as if you're the key to their success? It's because you've created your own lane, one that makes their games irrelevant. The moment you stepped into your purpose, you removed yourself from the comparison trap. You've shown them that the rules they cling to don't apply to you. That's the kind of dominance they struggle to accept, because it's not just about being better, it's about being different. Think of Daniel in the Bible. He didn't compete with the wise men of Babylon for favor or recognition. Instead, he set himself apart by staying faithful to God and remaining true to his principles. Daniel 6:3 says, "Now, Daniel so distinguished himself among the administrators and the satraps by his exceptional qualities that the king planned to set him over the whole kingdom. Like Daniel, you're not in the race. They're running to catch up to where you already are. When you're the benchmark, people don't just notice you, they obsess over you. They dissect your every decision, scrutinize your successes, and look for cracks in your foundation. Why? Because your existence reminds them of the gaps in their own. But here's the truth. You didn't build your throne for attention. You built it for endurance. While they're busy competing with one another or trying to keep up with you, you're already on to your next move. What sets you apart is your focus. You don't waste energy looking over your shoulder or worrying about who's ahead or behind. Instead, you stay locked in on your path, carving it out with precision and purpose. That's why they find you so intimidating. You've made it clear that their games, their hierarchies, and their rules hold no power over you. Have you ever considered why this unnerves them so much? It's because your presence exposes the fragility of their systems. When you show up and succeed on your own terms, you prove that their ways aren't the only ways. And that shakes the very foundation of their comfort zones. But here's the most remarkable part. You make it look effortless. They can't comprehend how you're always one step ahead, setting the tone, shaping the narrative. They see the results but don't understand the work behind it. The truth is, you've built something they can't touch, a mindset fortified by your trials, your resilience, and your faith. This reminds me of Joseph, who rose from being sold into slavery to becoming second in command in Egypt. In Genesis 41:43, Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I hereby put you in charge of the whole land of Egypt." Joseph wasn't competing with the Egyptians. He became the benchmark. His wisdom, vision, and faith made him undeniable, and those qualities set the standard for everyone else. Like Joseph, you've established yourself as the blueprint. Your journey mirrors the wisdom of Proverbs 4:25-27, which says, "Let your eyes look straight ahead. Fix your gaze directly before you. Give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways. Do not turn to the right or the left. Keep your foot from evil." Your focus, discipline, and unwavering purpose have kept you on your path, ensuring that nothing and no one can derail your progress. You're not in their race. You're the finish line. And no matter how hard they try, they can't outdo the original when the original is you. You've worked tirelessly, built a foundation that cannot be shaken, and embraced a mindset that frees you from their games. So, the next time they fixate on your moves or try to mimic your success, remember this: their focus on you is proof of your power. You don't need to compete because you've already won by staying true to yourself. And as long as you keep walking in your purpose, they'll always be playing catch-up. Number 4. Silent confidence cuts deeper than words. Confidence that doesn't need words is one of the rarest and most formidable forms of power, and you wear it like armor. You don't shout to be heard or argue to prove a point. You don't need to. Your quiet certainty speaks louder than any proclamation ever could. And that's precisely what unnerves people the most. Have you noticed how your silence seems to draw more attention than their noise? While others scramble to explain, justify, or exalt themselves, you remain composed. You don't flinch under pressure, and you don't take the bait when provoked. That unshakable calmness becomes a mirror, reflecting their own chaos and insecurity back at them. And nothing cuts deeper than seeing their own shortcomings in your unwavering silence. It's not just what you say, it's what you don't feel the need to say. People expect noise from those who are confident. They expect bravado, declarations, and a desperate need to be noticed. But your silence is a different kind of power. It forces them to fill in the gaps, to wonder what you're thinking, and to question why you refuse to react the way they want you to. Think of Jesus when he stood before his accusers in Matthew 27:12-14. When he was accused by the chief priests and the elders, he gave no answer. Then Pilate asked him, "Don't you hear the testimony they are bringing against you?" But Jesus made no reply. not even to a single charge, to the great amazement of the governor. His silence wasn't weakness, it was strategy. It demonstrated that he was in control, even when others thought they held power over him. Like Jesus, your silence isn't indifference, it's mastery. That quiet control frustrates and intimidates people because it's something they can't predict, manipulate, or understand. Your silence isn't passive, it's deliberate. It's the confidence of someone who knows they don't owe anyone an explanation. You let your actions speak louder than words, and when you do choose to speak, your words carry an undeniable weight because they are rare and purposeful. This is what sets you apart. You've made it clear that you don't need their approval or even their acknowledgement, and that terrifies them. Why? Because deep down, they realize you've already won the moment you chose not to engage. While they exhaust themselves with noise and desperation, you remain steady, unshaken, and untouched. Silent confidence isn't just about power. It's about dominance in its most refined and sophisticated form. It's the kind of strength that doesn't need to announce itself, but is felt in every room you enter. Have you ever wondered why this kind of confidence is so rare? It's because it's built, not given. It's forged in moments of endurance, resilience, and faith. As Proverbs 17:27 reminds us, the one who has knowledge uses words with restraint, and whoever has understanding is even-tempered. Your restraint isn't a sign of weakness, it's a reflection of your wisdom and control. Number 5, your wins are a mirror to their insecurities. Your success is like a spotlight, shining brightly on everything others would rather keep in the dark. For some, every victory you achieve feels like a harsh reflection of their own missed opportunities, unfulfilled dreams, and neglected potential. While you're simply walking in your purpose, fulfilling the path meant for you, your wins stir something uncomfortable within them, a confrontation with their own shortcomings. Have you noticed how your growth sometimes creates tension in relationships that once felt solid? It's not because you've changed for the worse. It's because your evolution forces others to confront where they've chosen to remain stagnant. Your ambition, your drive, and your resilience act as a mirror, reflecting back what they've chosen to bury or ignore. And while you may not intend it, your light exposes their shadows. The truth is, people who are secure in themselves don't feel threatened by someone else's success. As Romans 12:15 reminds us, rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn. Those who are grounded in their own journey can genuinely celebrate others' victories, but those wrestling with their own insecurities, they struggle to clap for you because deep down, your wins remind them of everything they feel they've failed to achieve. Every time you level up, it widens the gap between where they are and where they wish they could be. But here's the critical point. Their reaction isn't a reflection of your greatness. It's a reflection of their frustration with themselves. They aren't upset because you've succeeded. They're upset because they haven't matched it. Your success doesn't just rattle them, it exposes them. It highlights the areas where they've settled, the dreams they've shelved, and the excuses they've relied on. That's why they can't celebrate with you. It's easier to resent your growth than to face their own stagnation. But none of this is your burden to carry. Think of Joseph's story in Genesis 37. His dreams of greatness, given to him by God, stirred resentment among his brothers. Genesis 37:11 says, his brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept the matter in mind. Joseph's success wasn't meant to provoke them, it was his destiny. Yet their jealousy led them to betrayal because his dreams exposed their insecurities. Just like Joseph, your victories are not meant to harm anyone, but they will inevitably reveal the truths others would rather avoid. You're not here to dim your light for anyone's comfort. You've worked tirelessly for what you've achieved, and those wins are a testament to your faith, perseverance, and divine calling. If your success unsettles someone, that's their journey to navigate, not a reason for you to shrink. Have you ever felt the temptation to downplay your success to avoid making others uncomfortable? Resist that urge. You were never called to hide your greatness. As Matthew 5:14-16 reminds us, you are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others. Your light is meant to shine, not for your glory, but as a reflection of God's work in your life. Your greatness isn't an attack on anyone else. It's a celebration of what's possible when you walk in alignment with your purpose. You don't need to apologize for your success, and you don't owe anyone an explanation for your progress. Your journey is your own, and you're here to inspire, not to appease. Keep winning, not out of spite, but because it's who you are. Your growth, your success, and your light are part of a greater plan. Let them watch, let them react, but don't let it slow you down. If they're uncomfortable with the reflection they see in your mirror, that's their problem, not yours. So keep shining, because even the shadows can't ignore a light as bright as yours. Number 6, they fear your evolution. What truly terrifies them isn't just your success, it's your ability to evolve while they remain stuck in their comfort zones. They cling to one version of themselves because it feels safe, refusing to challenge the status quo. Meanwhile, you're constantly changing, growing, and pushing boundaries. You're not just playing the game, you're rewriting the rules. Every time they think they've caught up or figured you out, you're already operating at a level they never saw coming. Have you noticed how people react when you break free from their expectations? It's because your evolution makes you unpredictable. Just when they think they understand your next step, you've already pivoted, mastered something new, or launched into another level of success. This unpredictability is what makes you untouchable. It's not just about winning. It's about the way you thrive in situations that would paralyze others. Think about the Apostle Paul, who evolved from being Saul, a persecutor of Christians, to becoming one of the greatest apostles of Christ. In 2 Corinthians 5:17 he writes, "Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, the new creation has come. The old has gone. The new is here." His transformation wasn't random, it was intentional, fueled by purpose and divine direction. Like Paul, your evolution isn't about change for the sake of change. It's about stepping into who you were always meant to be, no matter how uncomfortable that makes others. Your ability to adapt, see opportunities where others see obstacles, and continuously upgrade yourself is your ultimate power move. While they're stuck in old patterns playing it safe, you're out there taking risks and reaping the rewards. Your evolution exposes their stagnation. It forces them to see the cracks in their foundation and confront the reality of their own comfort zones. That's why they fear you, not because you're winning, but because your growth highlights everything they've avoided. What makes this even harder for them is the fact that they can't keep up. They might try to imitate you, to copy your moves, but by the time they've figured out your last step, you're already on to the next one. Your pace, your resilience, and your ability to keep moving forward are things they can't match. And this isn't random, it's intentional. You're always learning, sharpening your edge, and aiming higher. Their fear of your evolution reminds me of Isaiah 43:19, which says, "See, I am doing a new thing. Now it springs up. Do you not perceive it? I am making a way in the wilderness and streams in the wasteland." Your growth isn't just a personal journey. It's a reflection of God doing something new in your life, creating paths where none existed before. This divine renewal makes you unstoppable, no matter how others may try to hold you back. Have you ever wondered why they're so desperate to predict your next move? It's because your evolution makes you a moving target, one they can't pin down or control. You're not static, you're dynamic, always shifting, always growing. And that's what makes you dangerous in their eyes. They can't anticipate your next chapter, and that keeps them in a constant state of frustration. Your growth is a reflection of your purpose. Proverbs 4:18 reminds us, "The path of the righteous is like the morning sun, shining ever brighter till the full light of day." Your journey is one of continual progress, and your light grows stronger with every step. You don't evolve aimlessly, you evolve with purpose, and that purpose makes you unstoppable. They fear you because your evolution makes it clear that you're not playing by their rules. While they try to define you or control the narrative, you're already writing the next chapter of your story. You're living proof that growth is possible, even when it makes others uncomfortable. So, don't slow down to accommodate their fears or stay small to fit their expectations. Keep growing, keep adapting, and keep pushing boundaries. Your evolution is your superpower, and their discomfort is the clearest sign that you're on the right path. Remember, it's not about being predictable, it's about being unstoppable. Number 7, your actions are blunt truths. Your actions speak louder than words, and they carry a raw, unfiltered honesty that cannot be ignored. You don't waste time sugarcoating your success or downplaying your ambition to make others feel comfortable. You've worked hard for everything you have, and you're not about to package it in a way that makes it easier for others to digest. Your achievements, your drive, and your focus are unapologetic. They are what they are. This kind of honesty, delivered not through words, but through your actions, shakes people to their core. It's not that you're trying to offend anyone, it's just that you refuse to dilute yourself for their comfort. Your boldness cuts through the excuses they tell themselves about why they're not where they want to be. Have you ever wondered why some people seem almost offended by your ambition? Why they can't celebrate your wins without making excuses for their own lack of action? It's because your success forces them to confront the sacrifices they haven't made, the risks they've avoided, and the comfort zones they refuse to leave. While they sit around talking about potential, you're out there making moves, proving that success isn't a dream, but a reality you've earned. This reminds me of the parable of the talents in Matthew 25:14-30. The servant who buried his talent out of fear was reprimanded, while those who took risks and multiplied their gifts were rewarded. Verse 29 says, "For whoever has will be given more, and they will have an abundance. Whoever does not have, even what they have will be taken from them." Like the faithful servants, you're not sitting on your potential. You're multiplying it, and that's what separates you from the crowd. People love illusions. They cling to the idea that success is about luck, or that ambition should be softened with humility to make it palatable. But your directness leaves no room for such narratives. You show them, through your actions, that greatness requires effort, sacrifice, and courage. Your unapologetic pursuit of more doesn't need their approval, and it certainly doesn't come with an apology. How often do you find yourself being asked to tone down your ambition or to make your success relatable? And how often have you resisted that, knowing that you're not meant to fit into their expectations? Your actions are a mirror, reflecting back their own excuses and missed opportunities. While some may find inspiration in your success, others are left uncomfortable, triggered by a truth they can no longer ignore. And here's the hard truth for them. The only thing standing between them and their own success is their unwillingness to act. Don't shrink yourself for their comfort. You're not here to make people feel at ease. You're here to live fully in your purpose. As Colossians 3:23 reminds us, whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as working for the Lord, not for human masters. Your work, your drive, and your success are ultimately a reflection of your faith and purpose, not something to apologize for. Keep being bold. Keep taking risks. Keep showing through your actions that greatness isn't reserved for the lucky. It's built by the determined. Your ambition will inspire some, challenge others, and unsettle many. And that's okay, because at the end of the day, their discomfort is not your burden to carry. You are proof that action beats complacency, that purpose outweighs fear, and that success is possible for those willing to do the work. Let them watch, let them react, but never stop moving forward. Your actions are blunt truths, and the world needs them. Number 8. You dominate in silence and strike with precision. You don't need to shout your strategy or broadcast your intentions to assert your dominance. The brilliance of your approach lies in its quiet execution. While others boast loudly, laying out their plans for all to see, you remain under the radar, moving with calculated precision. By the time they realize what you're up to, it's already too late. You've not only made your move, but done so flawlessly, leaving them scrambling to catch up and blindsided by your success. Have you noticed how silence often speaks louder than noise? How your lack of unnecessary words leaves people speculating, wondering what you're planning? That's the power of invisibility. You don't give away your hand, and that's what makes you so formidable. They can guess, assume, and analyze all they want. But by the time they think they have you figured out, you've already executed your next move with finesse. Think of Nehemiah in the Bible, who rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem under constant threat and opposition. Nehemiah 6:3 says, "So I sent messengers to them with this reply, I am carrying on a great project and cannot go down. Why should the work stop while I leave it and go down to you?" Like Nehemiah, you stay focused on the mission, refusing to be distracted by noise or criticism. Your actions speak louder than words, and your results are the only response needed. You don't seek applause or recognition for your brilliance, because you understand that true power doesn't need validation. Your results do all the talking for you. This quiet dominance makes you untouchable. While others rush to make noise, you move with intent, always one step ahead. You understand the value of patience and timing, allowing things to unfold at your pace, not theirs. How often do people underestimate you because you don't announce your moves? And how often have you seen their confusion when your actions prove them wrong? That's the beauty of your precision. The people who doubt you, criticize you, or even plot against you can't touch you because they're too busy trying to figure out your next move. Meanwhile, you're already 10 steps ahead, setting the stage for your next victory in silence. This reminds me of Proverbs 21:5, which says, "The plans of the diligent lead to profit as surely as haste leads to poverty." Your ability to plan, move with care, and strike with precision ensures that your efforts lead to undeniable results. You don't rush and you don't falter. You move with purpose, and that's what keeps you ahead of the game. Your silence is your strength. While others clamor for attention or rush to prove themselves, you remain calm and composed, knowing that the real power lies in action, not words. Your ability to dominate without showing your cards is a game changer. You're not the one who needs to make noise to be heard. Your precision and results do all the talking for you. So let them scramble to understand you. Let them chase shadows while you shape the future. Your ability to move in silence and strike with precision is what makes you unstoppable. The world doesn't need to hear your plans to feel your impact. Keep moving forward, quietly and powerfully, because your success is inevitable. Are you ready to keep dominating in silence, letting your actions speak louder than words? Because as long as you stay focused and deliberate, you're not just part of the game, you're shaping it. Number 9, they're triggered because they know you can't be controlled. The real reason they're triggered by you isn't just your success, it's your refusal to be controlled. You don't follow their tired scripts or conform to the molds they try to impose. Your unpredictability unsettles them because it disrupts their carefully constructed sense of order. They like their world neat, orderly, and predictable, but you've turned that upside down. Have you noticed how uncomfortable people become when you refuse to play by their rules? They're used to others falling in line, adhering to expectations, and operating within the status quo. But you reject all of it. You carve your own path, make decisions based on your principles, and move in ways they can't anticipate. That uncertainty keeps them on edge because it reminds them of their own lack of control. Think about the Pharisees in the Bible and their reaction to Jesus. They were deeply disturbed by his refusal to conform to their rigid systems and traditions. In Matthew 22:15-22, they attempted to trap him with a question about paying taxes to Caesar. But Jesus' response left them astonished. So give back to Caesar what is Caesar's, and to God what is God's. His wisdom, unpredictability, and refusal to be manipulated exposed their hypocrisy and stripped them of the control they thought they held. Like Christ, your ability to defy expectations and operate on your own terms leaves those who seek to control you scrambling. Their discomfort stems from a deeper fear. Your unpredictability exposes their weakness. They don't know what you'll do next, and they hate that feeling. Their strategies, manipulations, and attempts to maintain authority fall flat against someone who can't be boxed in. Your independence and freedom strip away the illusion of control they've built for themselves. Have you ever considered how much power you hold simply by refusing to conform? By charting your own course, you force others to confront the limitations of their systems. Their old tactics don't work against someone like you, and that realization makes them uneasy. They can't anticipate your next move because you don't play by their rules. And while they scramble to adjust, you continue to move forward, leaving them behind. This brings to mind Isaiah 54:17, which says, "No weapon forged against you will prevail, and you will refute every tongue that accuses you. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and this is their vindication from me, declares the Lord." Your resilience and refusal to conform are a testament to the divine protection and strength that guide you. No attempt to manipulate or control you can succeed because your path is divinely ordained. Your unpredictability isn't a flaw, it's your greatest strength. As Proverbs 3:5-6 reminds us, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your paths straight." By trusting in divine guidance instead of human expectations, you've created a path that no one else can replicate or predict. What bothers them most isn't just that you're succeeding, it's that their systems and tactics no longer hold any power over you. You're operating on a level they can't touch, and that terrifies them. Their discomfort is a testament to your strength and resilience. So keep moving how you want to move. Don't let their attempts to control, box in, or predict your actions slow you down. Your ability to stay true to yourself and adapt as you see fit is the very thing that keeps you ahead. Let the discomfort remind you that you're operating in freedom, a freedom they can only dream of. Number 10, you're proof that hard work isn't the same as smart work. You're living proof that grinding endlessly doesn't equal success. While others are busy clocking in more hours trying to outwork everyone else, they can't match your efficiency. They hustle, grind, and exhaust themselves. But you figured out a smarter way. You don't just work hard, you work with intention, precision, and strategy. Have you ever noticed how society glorifies burnout? It's as though exhaustion has become a badge of honor. People equate their endless hustle with worthiness, convinced that effort alone will open the doors to success. But you've cracked the code. Hard work means nothing if it isn't paired with smart decisions. You understand that it's not about how much energy you expend. It's about where you direct it. You don't sacrifice your mental health or drain your energy just to appear busy. Instead, you align your efforts with what truly matters, ensuring every move counts, while others are spinning their wheels, measuring their worth by the hours they've logged. You're making calculated moves that yield results. This reminds me of Ecclesiastes 10:10, which says, "If the axe is dull and its edge unsharpened, more strength is needed, but skill will bring success." You've mastered the art of sharpening your axe, developing your skills, refining your strategies, and conserving your energy for what truly matters. How many times have you seen people exhaust themselves chasing success, only to realize they're running in circles? They mistake activity for progress, piling on tasks without ever questioning whether those tasks align with their ultimate goals. Meanwhile, you've learned the value of clarity and direction. Your laser-focused approach ensures that no effort is wasted, and that's what keeps you ahead. Consider the builders of the Tower of Babel in Genesis 11:1-9. They worked tirelessly, united in their goal of building a tower to the heavens, yet they lacked alignment with God's purpose. Their efforts, while immense, were ultimately in vain because they pursued a path disconnected from true wisdom. In contrast, you've chosen a path that combines effort with divine purpose, and that's why your success feels effortless to those who watch you. It's not that they aren't working hard, it's that they're working without a plan. They're stuck in a cycle of endless activity, chasing results but missing the bigger picture. How often do you see people pouring all their energy into meaningless tasks, thinking that sheer effort will bring them success? And how often have you proven that success isn't about doing more, it's about doing the right things? Your approach to work is intentional. You know how to leverage your skills, your time, and your resources in ways that keep you ahead without running yourself into the ground. You've figured out that the throne isn't taken by those who grind the hardest, but by those who think the smartest. That's the edge that leaves others chasing while you're already ahead. Let's not forget the story of Mary and Martha in Luke 10:38-42. While Martha busied herself with endless tasks, Mary chose to sit at Jesus' feet, focusing on what truly mattered. When Martha complained, Jesus said, "Martha, Martha, you're worried and upset about many things, but few things are needed, or indeed only one. Mary has chosen what is better, and it will not be taken away from her." Like Mary, you've learned to prioritize what's truly important. You're not distracted by noise or endless to-do lists. You focus on the moves that bring lasting results. Your ability to work smarter, not harder, is a reflection of your wisdom and discipline. Proverbs 24:3-4 emphasizes this. By wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding it is established. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. You've built your success with wisdom and understanding, ensuring that every step forward is purposeful. While they hustle themselves into exhaustion, you move with purpose. You've realized that true success isn't about grinding yourself into the ground. It's about aligning your energy with your vision. You don't need to prove your worth through sheer effort, because your results speak for themselves. How often do people wonder how you achieve so much without burning out? And how often do you smile, knowing that the secret lies in working strategically, not endlessly? Your ability to sharpen your edge, focus your energy, and act with precision is what sets you apart. So keep moving with intention. Keep showing that success isn't about the hours you put in, it's about the strategy behind them. Let them wonder how you stay ahead while they struggle to catch up. The truth is, you've learned to work smarter and achieve more by doing less of what doesn't matter. And that's why you're not just in the game, you're leading it. Are you ready to keep leading with precision and purpose? Because the world doesn't need more people who are endlessly busy. It needs people like you, who know how to achieve greatness without sacrificing themselves in the process. Number 11, your independence makes you untouchable. Your independence is your ultimate armor. You've built yourself from the ground up, and that self-reliance makes you untouchable. You owe nothing to anyone, not your success, not your confidence, not your peace of mind. Every achievement, every milestone, and every ounce of strength you carry is a direct result of your own decisions, effort, and unshakable mindset. You didn't rely on handouts, shortcuts, or the validation of others to get where you are, and that kind of autonomy creates a foundation no one can undermine. Have you ever wondered why your independence makes others so uneasy? It's because they can't manipulate you. There's nothing they can dangle in front of you to sway your actions. They can't threaten your success because you never relied on anyone's favor to achieve it, whether it's your resources, your resilience, or your boldness. Everything you've built is on your own terms. That freedom, the ability to answer only to yourself, makes you an immovable force. Think about Nehemiah rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem. Despite opposition, ridicule, and even attempts to sabotage his work, Nehemiah stayed focused. In Nehemiah 6:9 he prayed, "Now strengthen my hands." His determination and reliance on God's guidance, not on the approval or support of his enemies, allowed him to complete the work. Like Nehemiah, your independence is rooted in strength and purpose, making it unshakable. Your self-made success is a mirror that reflects others' insecurities. Many people depend on external approval, support, or comfort to feel secure, but you stand alone, and that independence makes them uncomfortable. It's not that they don't respect your success, it's that they fear your ability to exist without them. Remember David, a shepherd boy who stood alone against Goliath. When no one believed in him, David trusted in his own preparation and in God's power. In 1 Samuel 17:45-47, he declared to Goliath, "You come against me with sword and spear and javelin, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." David's victory wasn't dependent on the armies around him. It was his faith and courage that made him unstoppable. Like David, your independence and confidence come from knowing who you are and what you're capable of, even when others doubt you. Your foundation is unshakable because it wasn't built on someone else's approval. It's rock solid, fortified by your own effort and vision. What really unnerves them is that you don't need them. You don't need their validation, their applause, or their help. You've already proven to yourself that you can stand tall even when you stand alone, and that leaves them powerless. How often have you seen others falter because they rely too heavily on the approval of those around them? And how often have you reminded yourself that your strength doesn't come from external sources, but from within? Your independence doesn't just make you strong, it makes you untouchable. Proverbs 10:9 says, "Whoever walks in integrity walks securely, but whoever takes crooked paths will be found out." Your integrity, built on self-reliance and purpose, ensures that no one can shake your foundation. You've chosen the path of independence, and it's that integrity that makes you an immovable force. Think also of the Apostle Paul. who often worked with his own hands to support his ministry. In Acts 18:3, we learn that Paul was a tent maker by trade. He didn't rely on others for his needs, even as he preached the gospel. His independence allowed him to remain unshaken in his mission, free from the constraints of relying on others' support. Like Paul, you've built a life where you can thrive without external dependencies. And that autonomy is one of your greatest strengths. So let them be unnerved. Let them wonder how you do it. Your independence is your superpower, and it's not something they can understand or take away. You've already proven that you're capable of thriving without their approval, and that truth makes you unstoppable. Number 12. You don't just survive, you thrive in chaos. They throw chaos your way, expecting it to break you. They believe the turbulence will knock you off balance and expose weakness, but they couldn't be more wrong. What they fail to understand is that you don't just survive in chaos, you thrive in it. Chaos doesn't intimidate you. It sharpens your focus, strengthens your resolve, and ignites your creativity. While others panic and collapse under the weight of adversity, you use the same pressure to rise higher. Have you ever wondered why some people are so determined to disrupt your peace? It's because they see your strength and think they found a way to dismantle it. What they don't realize is that every storm they create only feeds your fire. You're not like them. Where they see confusion, you see opportunity. Where they see destruction, you see the foundation for something new. Adversity doesn't weaken you. It equips you. Think about Joseph in the Bible. Sold into slavery, betrayed by his own brothers, and later falsely accused and imprisoned, Joseph faced chaos at every turn. But each of these moments became stepping stones in his journey. In Genesis 50:20, Joseph says to his brothers, "You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives." Like Joseph, you don't just endure hardship, you transform it. Every attempt to derail you becomes a platform for your next breakthrough. Your ability to thrive in chaos isn't just about resilience, it's about mastery. While others are overwhelmed by uncertainty, you've trained yourself to find clarity. You've learned to embrace the turbulence, knowing that within it lies the opportunity for transformation. When everything around you seems to be falling apart, you remain composed, unshaken, and in control. That composure isn't an accident. It's the result of a mindset that sees every challenge as an invitation to grow stronger. This reminds me of Jesus calming the storm in Mark 4:39. As the disciples panicked, shouting in fear and despair, Jesus stood and said, "Quiet, be still." Immediately the wind died down and the waves calmed. The disciples were amazed, asking, "Who is this? Even the wind and the waves obey him." Like Christ, you carry a calm in the storm that others can't understand. Your presence doesn't just survive the chaos, it transforms it into peace, turning panic into purpose. What looks like turmoil to others is the environment where you flourish. This leaves people baffled. They've been conditioned to believe that success requires stability, but you've shattered that belief. Your ability to find strength in uncertainty and clarity in confusion defies their expectations. They don't know how to respond to someone who not only embraces chaos, but uses it to excel. How many times have people tried to disrupt your progress only to watch you rise even higher? And how often have you surprised yourself by thriving in circumstances that would leave most people defeated? That's the secret they can't understand. Your strength doesn't come from avoiding adversity. It comes from facing it head-on and transforming it into opportunity. Isaiah 40:31 says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They will walk and not be faint." Your strength is renewed, not in the absence of storms, but in the midst of them. You rise above the chaos, soaring while others are grounded by fear. Your ability to thrive in chaos reveals your power. It's not just about what you've overcome, it's about how you've used every challenge to your advantage. While others waste energy trying to escape the storm, you learn to navigate it, turning obstacles into stepping stones. That's what sets you apart. Think also of Daniel in the lion's den. Thrown into a pit meant to destroy him, Daniel didn't panic. His faith and unwavering trust in God allowed him to remain calm, and the lions' mouths were shut. In Daniel 6:23 it says, "No wound was found on him because he had trusted in his God." Like Daniel, your trust in your purpose and your strength keeps you unscathed in situations that should destroy you. In the end, your power lies in your refusal to conform, your unwavering independence, and your relentless pursuit of growth. You're not here to fit into anyone's expectations or follow a beaten path. While others are trapped in their insecurities, you thrive in ways they can't understand. Let them try to rattle you. Let them wonder how you keep standing when everything around you seems to be falling apart. Your strength is rooted in a purpose greater than their understanding, and that makes you unstoppable. Greatness isn't born in comfort, it's forged in fire. Are you ready to keep thriving even when the storms come? Because your ability to rise in chaos isn't just a testament to your strength, it's the proof that nothing can hold you back. Chosen one, every step you take, every decision you make, and every victory you claim is not just another milestone, it's a statement, a declaration that your purpose is undeniable, your resilience is unmatched, and your light cannot be dimmed. Every move you make exposes the shortcomings of those who doubt you, leaving them scrambling to keep up while you continue to rise. Your silence speaks louder than their noise. Your confidence outshines their doubts. Your ability to adapt, evolve, and outthink them proves time and again that you are untouchable. You're not just existing in this world, you are commanding it. You are shaping your reality, unapologetically standing in your power and refusing to conform to anyone else's expectations. Whether it's in how you face adversity with unshakable calm, dominate in silence, or harness your independence to thrive, you continue to demonstrate what it means to live boldly and authentically. For them, watching you succeed is a reminder of their own limitations, a mirror reflecting the opportunities they didn't take, the risks they avoided, and the growth they resisted. But for you, it's just another day of walking in your purpose. Your success isn't a fluke, a stroke of luck, or a coincidence. It's the result of focus, discipline, and an unrelenting refusal to let anyone or anything control your destiny. No matter how much they try to rattle you, they will never shake your foundation. You are not here to play their game. You are here to set your own rules, win on your own terms, and thrive in ways they can't even comprehend. You are the storm they cannot contain, the force they cannot predict, and the light they cannot overshadow. This is who you are, and this is what makes you untouchable. To everyone who has connected with this message and felt its truth deeply, if this spoke to your soul, if it uplifted you and gave you strength, consider showing your support. Your energy keeps this mission alive, and every contribution through Super Thanks allows us to continue creating content that empowers you to embrace your greatness. No matter the size of your gift, your support is invaluable, and it helps us reach more chosen ones like you. But even more than that, your presence here means the world. Whether you donate, leave a comment, like the video, or simply carry this message with you, know that you are a vital part of this journey. Together, we're building a space for those who refuse to be boxed in, for those who rise above, and for those who are determined to live boldly and unapologetically. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for walking this path with me. Your strength, your belief in yourself, and your relentless pursuit of purpose inspire everything we do. Remember, you are never alone on this journey. There is a power greater than all of us, guiding your steps, strengthening your hands, and preparing you for everything you're destined to achieve. May you be blessed beyond measure. May every storm you face be transformed into a stepping stone. May your light continue to shine brighter than ever, and may your path always lead you to greatness. Stay bold, stay confident, stay blessed, stay untouchable.